It's Rhythm and Soul Radio. I am Marco Nobles. We have our virtual studio open, and joining me in the virtual studio is brother Donnell McFadden Brooks, better known to the world as Jigga. He is a multifaceted visual artist. He originally from Cali, but he is a New Yorker. He's been raised in the BX. What's going on, Jigga? How's everything, man?
Everything's good. Everything's great. Blessed.
Excellent. So now you know as a visual artist, well, let me start with the name. Like you go by Jigga, you go by Jigga. So obviously there's a Jay Z connection, but it's not a music, it's an art connection. So talk about why you chose
It's
the name Jigga.
honestly my best friend gave me the name because he actually from Brooklyn, and Jay Z is like the goat. And he used to tell me, you like the Jay Z of art. I didn't really listen to him too much, but uh, he's put me on the little things and stuff, and it just grew on me, and I just stuck with it.
Right, right, okay. Now, obviously, Jay Z has been known, particularly over the last few years, to get more involved in the art world and become an
Hmm.
art collector. And recently there was the ad campaign with him and Beyonce with the
Hmm.
art as a part of it. So does that kind of change or shape, or do you think about now? It's like being the Jay Z of art, trying to kind of connect on that level as well.
Yeah, honest, yeah. That was how I thought that was kind of cool when I seen it. Like I like how the world is more in tune with art. It's a good thing.
Right. Now, when you speak about Jay Z and that level, you're kind of on that level because you're already designing for like Rihanna's and I think I saw Chris Brown, a number of other people. How do
Hmm.
you? Because you're still a relatively young dude. How do you quickly get into those circles and be able to design for
It's
major artists like that?
it's all about in this world. I tell people this now. It's not about your talent. Like you could be like the best at anything. It's all about who you know. So they
Hmm.
go hand in hand. You gotta like learn the business, basically.
Hmm. And it's an interesting point because when you talk about the business of art, um, a lot of times a lot of us grow up, particularly in our community, we grow up um, looking at art as more, you know, bougie, hoity-toity.
Yeah,
That's not our
me and my
thing.
me and my man's call it like because when I told him about like me taking art serious, he was like, "Yo, what kind of art you want to do? Like urban art, and then like the bougie art, we call it like the wine and cheese art." So
Right.
at first, I used to box myself in. Like at first, I just wanted to do the wine and cheese type. You feel me? Because I'm like, that's where the money's at.
Hmm.
But I am who I am. You feel me? I'm like the people's champ. So I got to do it for the people. So wherever it leads me, I'm going.
Right, right. And I think it's a way of, like in music, making yourself stand out. Finding a way to do
True.
your art that allows you to to one do follow your passion and make it your profession.
Yeah.
And find a way
That's
to marry the two of those.
that's the hard part. I'm telling people it was a rough road, but I found a way. I found out how
Mm,
to. You feel me? That's all it is. People just be scared to fail. You can't be scared to fail.
right,
You're
right,
supposed
right.
to. That's like you should look forward to failing. You feel me? It's gonna make you better because you're gonna know what not to do and how to go around certain things.
Right. So let's take it back a step. So talk about your path. You always wanted to do art. Were you always drawing? Were
Um,
you?
I was always drawing because my mom she used to do art and my dad used to do art. They don't do it no
Oh,
more,
okay.
but so it's in me. It's just naturally in my blood because even my kids do art because it's just in us. But I just never knew. You feel me? Like I didn't.
Right.
You feel me? When I was growing up, art wasn't cool. Like when I used to draw, people used to sit there and call me the weird kid that used to draw in the back of the class. You feel
Mm,
me? So it wasn't. I was a kid. I was just trying to fit in to keep it a buck. I was trying to fit in, and it wasn't cool. So I just stopped or whatever.
oh,
And
so you
then
stopped.
I stopped for a while.
Mm,
Man, from like sixth grade to 23, I think. Cause I'm 33 now. To like sixth grade to like 2023, maybe.
Okay.
Cause that's when I went to college and I went to art school. Cause I was like, hey, let's see what this could do. Cause I
So,
learned like,
yeah, I was gonna
okay,
say you stopped in sixth grade, but when you were going to college, you decided you wanted to go to art school.
yeah, cause I used to play ball or whatever. I was good, but then I got hurt, and then I was like, all right, so what you gonna do now? Like,
Mm,
figure it out. So I was like, it just happened. Like I can't explain it. Art school just presented itself to me. I went to orientation. It was easy, and then I'm here.
okay,
It's
all
just
right.
weird.
So you grew up around. First of all, you grew up around art because your mother and father did art.
Hmm.
Uh, but you said you stopped, so you didn't really stop. You say you
I,
stopped in sixth grade, but you were still in your room
I,
drawing
I'm
little
not gonna
stuff.
lie. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. All right, I'm not gonna lie, cause my dad used to always push me.
Hmm.
Like he used to always like drilling in my head, like, "Oh, you can do something with this or whatever." And
Right.
I should tell my friends a funny story. I was poor growing up. I was like real poor, and like mom couldn't really afford all the toys and shit or whatever for me and my little brother. So I used to draw on a piece of paper and cut it out, and we used to play with the paper. So I used to draw like see like subconsciously I should always draw, but I never really took it serious.
Okay. Okay. So, yes. Yes. Yeah. I knew it didn't come out of nowhere. I knew it
Yeah,
was there,
it's
and you
always
just
been it's
said,
been you feel me? It pop up once in the blue, pop out.
right.
That's how it was.
Right. But it's always about that encouragement, especially if we're able to get it from our parents. That makes the world a difference. To be able to say, okay, well, at least
Hmm.
I have that basic support system that I can do, particularly for those people who are creatives, whether it's music,
Facts.
visual artists, whatever. As a creative, having that support system just gives you that extra push to do your thing.
Hmm.
So so you go to art school, and you went to art school here in New York.
Yeah, I went to the Art Institute of New York. It's like
Okay,
right there on like 42nd Street.
right. So then you come out of school, and then you really figure out the business of it as you go through school, and decide to
I'm not even gonna lie to
really push
you.
it.
In school, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was bullshitting in school because listen, I only went to that school chasing a girl. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then when
Hey.
I got there, I used to just be bullshitting. I used to be in the back of the class, like, and then my teachers used to see me like not doing an assignment, just doing whatever I wanted to do. And they used
Hmm.
to push me. They used to like, yo, you got some kind of skills. Like, you better use it. And I'm like, all right, we'll see. And
Mm.
then they brought that competitiveness out of me. Like she used to like, oh, he's better than you. You're gonna let him just be better than you. And once
Right.
that competitive, like that Kobe Bryant Mamba
Mm.
mentality kicked
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
yeah, it was over after that.
Right. So, so was that like the turning point for you, the real
Yeah,
spark to say,
that
okay, I'm gonna like really do this. I'm gonna make this, because at that point in college, you also have to think about what am I gonna do when I get out? What is gonna
yeah.
be
Cause mind
my
you, I just
my
had
job? What
my
is gonna be my career type of
yeah,
thing?
mind you, when I was in college, I had my first daughter, so I was still trying to
Mm.
like. I just left my job, was doing college and trying to raise her, so it was like, yo, gotta figure something out. Cause the street life, I had to get out of it. Cause
Hmm.
it's you feel me, like I
Yeah.
had to,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I had to
It,
do something. I made something out of nothing. I can tell you
Right,
that.
right. So then, once you get out of school, then now you're trying to talk to people. Did school help a lot in terms of building some of those contacts to
Um,
get to helping you create a career in art for yourself?
Contacts, no. School
Okay.
was weird. Like I met I met like good friends that I still keep in contact with. Like I learned stuff from them. School was like when I was in school, I already knew. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew like 90% of the shit that they was teaching already. So it wasn't like I didn't know
Mm.
nothing. But in the world in the business, you need that certificate, that the degree to say you're certified, even if you're certified. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Because when I
right.
got out of school, they had me working in like the Source magazine, and they had me
Mm.
doing graphic work for like the Knicks and MSG.
Okay.
But I was like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hard headed. You ask
Mm.
my manager, I'm hard headed. I don't like I trust me, like I'll be knowing what I be knowing, you feel me? So I just knew I couldn't be taking orders from nobody. Like I'm
Mm.
just that's just not, you feel me? Like
Right, right, right,
I just couldn't do it. So I had to give myself orders. I take orders for myself. Yeah, so and I just
right.
it made me work harder, to be honest with you, because it's like if you don't want a regular job, you don't feel like taking orders from people, now you gotta make something happen, or that's gonna what you're gonna have to do.
Right, right, right. No, I mean I can certainly understand that. That's why we started our own internet station. That's why we have
Exactly.
our
You
own
see?
show because we, after a while you
You know what
wanna
I'm talking about. It's
you wanna
hard
have
when
your
you have a
control.
dream,
Yeah, you want to have
but
your
you know
own
when you have a
control.
dream and other people try to like talk you out, like, well, I'm not too sure if it's possible. Like, no, it's not possible for you,
Right,
but for
right, right,
me,
right, right.
I know it's possible. So yeah,
Y-
it's one of those things.
Yeah, yeah. You got to follow those dreams because that's ultimate happiness in the final analysis. That's ultimate happiness. Uh, so and it's, coming out of school, they had you in pretty good jobs doing, working with the stores and doing graphic designs for the Knicks and stuff like that. Those are pretty good gigs. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it was, but it's just when it's not true.
right,
Like
yeah, right. That's what I was about to
sometimes
say.
it's funny because it's like I be telling people, don't money's gonna come. If you're doing what you like and you're that
Hmm.
good at it, money's gonna come. The minute you
Hmm.
chase money, you're gonna be living and doing things miserably. Like it's a lot of people who drive the Lamborghini but gotta get up to go to work to a miserable job.
Hmm.
I can't do that.
Right,
I
right.
rather I need my peace of mind, you feel me?
Right. So as you are looking at how you're gonna build yourself and not have to work a job and build your own, you know, art,
Hmm.
name, etc. What is it that that you said, or how did you formulate your plan to really get yourself out there and do the things to get you to the point where you start working with the Rihannas of the world and all of that. What are those things
I
that kind of
just
happened?
I knew what I was capable of, but the world didn't know. So it was literally my mission. I was like, yo, I'm the man, so I'm gonna let y'all know that I'm the man. So every day I
Mm,
used to create. I wasn't in competition with nobody. Still not. Like I be in competition with myself, to be
mm-hmm.
honest. Like what I
Right,
did yesterday, whatever I'm doing today, got to be better than yesterday. You feel me? Like that's the
right,
only way you get better. You feel me?
right, right.
You lose yourself trying to keep up with other people. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
So I was just determined to prove a point, like to just leave a stain in art.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm going tomorrow, God forbid, I left a stain in art.
Right,
Period.
right,
I'm
right,
cool with
right,
that.
right,
You
right.
feel me? I'm cool with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, with the we keep talking about the people we work with. By the way, we're talking with artist Jigga, who has has worked with a number of different folks from Rihanna to Chris Brown to Snoop Dogg to The Rock. Now, a lot of people know The Rock from movies. I'm a big wrestling fan, so I watched The Rock from day one. How did something like that come about? When you I mean, when
It's
you're
just
now getting to
it's
certain levels,
connections.
that's what I was about to say. Is it a lot of networking? Because there are people that I've
It'd be
talked
weird
to.
sometimes.
Uh huh.
It'd be weird because some people like you never know who's watching you. Because when certain people hit
Right.
me up, I'd be like, "How in the hell?" I ask them. I'm real. I'd be asking like, "Yo, how do you find me?"
Right.
Oh, I
Right.
was just
Right.
scrolling, or a friend recommend me, or and I'd be like, "All right." It just you just never know who's watching. So that's why I always tell people like, even in your practice mode, like I could be home right now working on something in my free time. Your
mm,
practice mode is really still game time because you
mm.
never know who's watching.
Right, right, right. And I would think, certainly the networking aspect could be important. Certainly, I mean, I had this conversation over the summer with Ralph McDaniels. Everybody knows from Video Music Box and everything.
Hmm.
In terms of, especially back in the day when he was early on, and then started doing videos for everybody.
Hmm.
A lot of it was just, he'd go to the parties, but then he's always talking to people. So he's not going to the parties just to shoot for video music bars.
Yeah, facts.
He's
Hmm.
going to the parties and he's talking. And he's like, just getting in conversations and never knowing where those conversations lead. And
Facts. He sound like me when I gotta go out or something. Like everybody know me. Like I'm real chill. I like to laugh, and I'm mad. Like you feel me? I like to be to myself, like be in
yeah,
my own energy. Like so, if I gotta go out, I'm gonna make it count. I'm gonna make all my little
right,
connections, my little networking, and get up out of there.
right,
That's how I
right,
move. You feel me? Like I don't got
right,
time. I'll be honest. I don't got time to be just like chilling and celebrating and stuff yet. Like I'm. You feel me? I'm not to where I want to be yet.
right.
So I still got work to do. So I go handle my business, go about my business, just like that.
Right, right. So that leads me to two things. One, for people who ask, okay, you're an artist, but so what type of art do you do? Like we talked about that earlier when you just started. Just Phelps was asking you what type of art are you gonna do.
Hmm.
So how do you describe what type of art that you do?
Um, I do art. When I say art, I mean like graphic design, graffiti, fine art, portraits, whatever I can do it all. Like it's no, I'm like I'm like the LeBron James art. Like I'll fill up that stat sheet. You feel me? It's not just gonna be
Mm,
he had 50 points and 0 assists. Nah, I'm gonna fill up that whole stat sheet all across the board. It's like you feel me? There's no weak point in my game. So
right,
that's what keeps
right.
me that separates me from everybody else.
Right, right, right. Um, and the other question I want to make sure to ask you was you said just a little while ago you're not where you want to be yet. So, where is it that you want to be as you see it right now? As you see it right now, where do you want to
Where
be?
do I want to be? Um, I want to be to a standpoint where, like, I create for myself, but I just want to be. I just want to like where I want to be in my head. It may sound crazy, is where the world is canceled out. Like I'm literally like just in my own world, but I'm not in my own world yet because like I'm. It's weird. It's hard to explain. I can
Mm.
visually see it and I understand what I'm talking about, but I know y'all not gonna understand really. It's just I'm when I'm there. Basically, I will have peace.
Okay,
Basically, like right now, I'm not. I'm at peace. Feel me? But I'm not at peace. If that makes
okay,
sense. Like so, I feel like
okay,
when I'm where I need to be is like I feel like my work will change due to my
okay,
peace. You get what I'm saying?
okay, okay,
Because
okay.
like right now, I'm giving y'all like literally I'm getting richer off my pain right now. Like
Mm.
everything I go through, everything y'all see me painting is like it's stories behind everything. I just don't paint nothing just because it looks pretty. There's some stories and a lot of pain behind it all. It may look appealing and pretty, but you
Okay,
feel me? So when
okay.
I'm doing work with no pain, I feel like I reach my goal. Like that's
Mm.
basically what I'm saying.
All right. So that's a very revealing answer. So I'll let people marinate on that. We'll let everybody marinate on that. We've been talking to Jigga, visual artist, who's worked with some of everybody, but has done a number of different campaigns. Talk about are there like campaigns that people can see, currently, or I want you to give all your
um,
socials and stuff, but if people wanted to support your art, or how could they do that?
you can follow me.
Okay, all right. Well,
Follow me, Google me, you feel me? Whatever. I love the support.
all right.
I'm really
So
heavy
how
on
do people follow you? Just we'll go ahead and get into it
um
now.
Instagram because that's like where I started really. I got
Okay,
Facebook and everything, but all the names is the same. It's Jigga underscore what, Jigga underscore who, or whatever.
okay.
It's like, you feel me? Just Google me. Google Donnell McFadden Brooks and bing, it's gonna pop up. Everything you need to know, you wanna links and all that stuff, interviews, everything. It'll pop up.
All right, excellent. And this interview will pop up as well. We've been
Of
talking to,
course.
yeah, we've been talking to Jigga.
Appreciate you.
Don,
Appreciate you.
absolutely, man. We've been talking to Jigga. talented artist. You'll be seeing a lot more of him and hearing a lot more about him as we continue here on Rhythm and Soul Radio. Man, thank you very much for taking the time. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing more and more of your work from a place of peace and not necessarily a place of pain.
Exactly. That's the goal. That's
There
the
you
goal.
go. All right, we have much more music. Matter of fact, we might as well play some Jigga because we've been talking to Jigga.
It's
You know,
only right.
it's only right.
It's only right.
Here we go. It's Rhythm and Soul Radio. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.